But I saw that maybe Biden, Biden's going through the primary process too for some reason. I don't even know what the fucking point is. But the article read tens of thousands in either Michigan or Minnesota voted like abstained or voted undecided or undeclared or something like that. I suppose is some sort of protest.
So, they have a tradition in Michigan of voting for like none of the above. I forget the term they use. Maybe it's uncommitted, I think is the term. Yeah. And in a typical election, something like 10,000, maybe even 20 will vote uncommitted. One time they were mad at a candidate. I forget who, and they were 80,000 uncommitteds. And I think Biden got 100,000. If these numbers aren't right, they're close. And it's about his support for Israel. I guess Michigan has a huge Arab American population. Yep. So they hate Israel support. They feel like Palestine are the good guys. And
a lot of people do.
Bless you.
Excuse me. So there was a big protest vote.
Yeah. Even if you don't think the Palestinians, I don't know what a Palestinian even fucking is exactly.
Someone from Palestine.
Find it on a map.
You can on any atlas prior to 1947.
You see my point then. But all I know is this, man, did you see the one today? Did you see the latest article about Israel? What the articles all say is that the Israelis gunned down a crowd of over 100 people who I guess were stampeding because, they were there for food and they were starving. So they machine gunned down 100 people. That's what the articles read.
I saw hundreds, but who knows the number? I did see the video.
Why Biden doesn't threaten or actually pull support. Be like, all right, this is fucking ridiculous. You are bombing civilians. You are sniping regular people, nurses in hospitals. Too much.
Dude, I saw a Call of Duty montage
over our political system.
I got recommended a video about Israeli snipers that was like a Call of Duty montage of them blowing children's knees off. It was like the Israeli sniper is Hamas's worst nightmare. And I'm like, I don't like this video. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Hamas has a lot of nightmares right now. It's a problem.
And they were like, it was Hamas. Israel has hundreds of snipers in buildings right now. And I was like, oh my God. Like I
feel differently if what you just said was 100% accurate. Not that you got it wrong, but they're not just shooting Hamas. They're shooting anybody, anyone who's in their fucking crosshairs that's not Jewish, they kill. And that's the issue.
Yeah, it's ghastly.
Collective punishment. Nah. But
it's like Kid Rock style diplomacy. I don't know if you heard him on Rogan, but he was like, they got our hostages. We should just start bombing. Kill 30,000, 40,000 civilians a day. Give them back.
I don't care what that retard thinks about anything.
What? He's Kid Rock. How do you not care what Kid Rock thinks?
Right, he can go back to fucking wasting Bud Light, that idiot.
He drinks Bud Light again.
Fool.
He drinks it.
He has a good song.
He had a Bud Light in his hand when he said the words I just said.
I bet he did.
He literally did.
Nothing.
What did he have?
A Bud Light in his hand. He was on Rogan. They're like, they both had tons of Bud Light. I get it, they're like
Bud positive again now.
Well, I don't think I don't
know. I know I saw Kid Rock doing something with Bud Light, like a sponsorship.
Oh, right? For sure. I don't know if it's sponsored, but you would imagine that you don't get Joe Rogan and Kid Rock to sit there and have their podcast surrounded by cans of Bud Light while drinking Bud Light, unless it's sponsored. But maybe so. Maybe it's a big inside joke. And
I know Bud Light's with the UFC.
Well, then there you go.
Can you find the picture of it, Zach? Because
would Joe Rogan do it on this podcast?
That seems like enough.
The UFC,
like, I would wager so, but I don't know. I know that like Shane Gillis, he likes Bud Light, and so if he's on Joe Rogan, like, why would Joe not get Bud Light for him? Not that like fucking Bud Light's different than really Miller Lite.
Maybe I saw an AI photograph, but the one I saw was them surrounded by cans of Bud Light in almost a comical fashion.
I saw a clip of Shane Gillis, and they were like drinking on the show, and there were a lot of cans.
That might have been AI, because I saw him talking about bomb, and I didn't see any Bud Light, but I'm not sure enough to say you're wrong.
Yeah, I could be misremembering it, but that's definitely what the middle image I have is. I'm just wondering why they're drinking that shitty ass beer. It's
they must have been doing a drinking contest.
So that's Shane.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with light beer.
No one said there's something wrong with light beer. I only drink light beer.
I think I don't like Bud Light we're talking about.
Oh no, I just think it's a shitty beer. Bud Light in particular. It is.
Oh,
not
I think
worse
I'm
light
wrong.
beer.
It's no
Kyle
worse
just
than
hasn't
Coors Light, Michelob Light, any other light beer.
It is.
Bud
It
Light
is
is
like
the worst.
the one that is the worst is Coors Light. There's
I'm
something
halfway with both of you.
weird about
The
That's
Coors Light.
Colorado
is-
Kool-Aid right there. I enjoy
They
it.
all taste like beer,
Mm.
and that's bad.
Yeah, but if you got to drink one, Miller Lite is less calories than Bud Light,
Okay.
and so pretty easy decision there. And they really do all taste the same, except there's something weird about. Maybe I have a bad memory of Coors Light, but I feel like the last time I had it, I was like, there's like a weird aftertaste here.
Nah, there's a good song about Coors Light. They call it Colorado Kool-Aid. And he's talking about how his Mexican friend had a switchblade and he cut this guy's ear off. It's great.
Well, you
story.
like the Mexican beers anyway.
Your head.
I want to go.
Man, we are getting to see. There's a lot of war going on right now. I wonder.
Golden
I would
War.
bet that. I would bet right now.
War
there's-
against two.
GoPro footage
World War
is
II?
like the bombs, the amount of bombs that are being dropped like per day right now. I wonder. I would like to see like a graph of that, like bombs dropped monthly since World War II, because I love that comparison.
is artillery a bomb?
No.
No, you
Oh.
have to count it as
Okay, how about that? All right, yeah, explosives using conflict by TNT, tons of TNT over the years. Like I feel like right now the world is popping off everywhere. I keep seeing shit in Lebanon, Israel's still going hard in the paint.
What's the one we don't talk about? Yemen, maybe? Who's Saudi Arabia at war with?
Yemen.
Oh, everybody. Iran.
Okay.
There's
Well,
Azerbaijan and
Well,
Armenia.
to just put it simply, Iran. Iran is who they're really at war with because
And everything else is proxy.
Everything else is proxy or funding. Like Iran is propping all of the baddies up everywhere.
Yeah, the Houthis in Yemen are funded by Iran, and the Saudis hate Iran.
When those two Navy SEALs fell off that boat and drowned a few months ago, that was them intercepting a boat that had Iranian missiles going to the Houthis or someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what that was about.
You think that like more bombs are going off now than like World War II? Like aggregately, there's no way. No way.
It made me wonder.
It like per bomb, like I just don't know. I'd like to know. I don't think that. No.
What about?
But I would like to
bombs
see
per
the comparison.
Like, you know, like
Maybe more per. If we get in a per
Bombs per
capita,
capita?
yeah, bombs per capita. I think
bombs per capita, maybe more.
The amount of artillery they're using in the Ukraine conflict or war, whatever, is outrageous. It's a ton. And it actually is one of my frustrations for where Ukrainian is. I get it. They're both dug in. There's minefields. It's hard to move. I get it. However, it does sort of seem like the soldiers on both sides are like, let's just safely lob artillery shells from 2 miles away for the next 2 years at each other and call that good enough.
Cowards.
Right? I mean, if I was there,
folks.
I would be rushing the front lines and winning this war. That's what I would do.
I've seen Woody play Call of Duty. Let me just say this. When Woody plays Domination, he gets on the flag, goddammit. You won't see him back there in a trench, in a tree. No, with a scope. What the fuck for? His enemy's 5 feet away because he's up there on B-Dom, baby.
Shotgun.
So,
There are YouTube videos where it's like the best nade spots in.
You heard it here. Woody's got his.
You can throw it right through this fucking weird ass.
There's T-Bar jumping from windowsill and awning.
Woody's kind of a classic American hero types. He goes by a very simple
he is
motto.
Wool.
Very simple motto: has gun, will travel. Okay, so you let him know, he'll have that 870 wingmaster out there on the front lines. I was the Marine. It's the 870 Marine Magnum. Yes.
I do have that.
Yeah, he'll be out there shooting grenades out of the
every
air.
conflict, I throw my throwing knife in the air.
3.
One of these days it'll hit. It's gonna be dope.
You just running and you just in your vision see the like yes.
Can you imagine like the Ukrainian like hardened troops when you throw your knife like at the beginning of the fight and they're just like, but then later on after the conflict they find a Russian who's been stabbed and there's holy shit. They just all salute you as you walk through them and retrieve your blade. You wipe the blood off all cool like. You carve another mark.
Yeah, right. That was one.
You get out a smaller knife and you carve onto that. They call him the Blade Master. That's the Mexican group that's there. That's not a Ukrainian accent at all.
There's a Mexican group.
Seriously, I don't know.
It's a coalition of free countries. Yeah,
it does seem like they prefer to fight at a distance sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah,
I notice when they get close, they usually get shot.